All right, so we're gonna keep doing a service here. So far we've got 2 new hydraulic lines. We went down, had them made this morning. I think it was maybe $60. I think it was about 60 bucks for both, all the way down from there right up to our takeoff there. So let's see how that's gonna work. And then now we have to figure out the drive shaft situation, because we got it off, but it is bent beyond repair, I think. And I don't know, this one seems to have a really strange, it's got a keyway and a set screw. Here, you get a better view of it here, I can spin it, but there's a keyway that goes in there, and then there's that set screw that does not go through. So the ones that I found at Tractor Supply usually have a pin that goes all the way through. So I haven't been able to find the exact right drive shaft. All right, so I mentioned earlier the drive shaft is whacked. I'll send a little picture in there. We're actually going to try to repair the drive shaft. That's going to be getting worked on today. One of my friends has a press. We'll see how we make out. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and service our gearbox here. This needs an oil change, and we're gonna go ahead and pull the chain cover off and inspect it, see what it looks like, and see if we can change the oil. There is oil in the bottom of this gearbox, so let's go ahead and pull this cover off and get started here. All right, so it looks like we got a 3/4 inch bolt here that should take this cover off, and maybe a 7/16. And then we have, I think these are Allen head screws. I'm gonna pop those. So I think we'll try and take this top cover off first, and we'll go from there. Pretty easy. Whoa, sure did. All right, let's put that there. Let's see, what's this? It's like 3/8, I'm guessing. 7/16. 7/16. Sure what's going on with that. I don't know if there's a cam on this bolt or if it's just bent. It seems kind of wanky. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's definitely bent. Oh yeah, that's whacked. Wow, that looks pretty gross, guys. It's like a gear oil something or other. Wow, look at that. That looks pretty. This thing is all funky too. Not sure how that works. Looks to me like the chain is in really good shape. That's good news. It's nice and tight. There's no slap. Sometimes they get real sloppy. It seems to be in fantastic shape, so that is really good news. I didn't want to have to do any of that, but let's go get this bottom cover off and see what kind of oil we have underneath here. Let's see if we can. Seems like they're full of dirt. Imagine that on the bottom. Let's see if we can get a pick in there and kind of clean that out. So what? What is that? I don't know. We're gonna have to clean that up and find out what this is and where it goes. Oh, gross. Okay, so we cleaned out, we drained everything really good. Cleaned this all up. That plate just was I should have showed you, I apologize. It screws in and it kind of just clamps on there. So that plate that we found in there is just bolts, like a clamp with those two bolts on the bottom. And then I did change these 2/4 20 screws up here. I didn't have a rounded one. This is all I had, so that's what we put on there. I was unable to find a new O-ring at the local auto parts store, so we used the old O-ring that seemed to be in good condition. So we'll see if it leaks. I believe this to be the leveler screw. That's what it seems to be. So we have our, I believe it is 85-140. Let's take a look. Yes, this is what the owner's manual calls for, 85-140. So that's what we're gonna put in there. Right, there you go, it self-levels, so when it's full, I believe it takes a 1.5 quart or something, or wherever it fills. All right, so that wraps up the oil change for the gearbox there. Clearly, we'll just keep an eye on the bottom, make sure it's not leaking after we run it. But it's all back together. Hopefully that's good. And now we are going to change the oil in the gearbox here. So I cannot find a drain for this gearbox. There's no screw there, so there's only a fill, and it says to fill it halfway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this fill and we're gonna use our little fluid pump here and we'll drain it into the pan. We'll just, it'll suck it out. So that's how we're gonna do that. Okay, so we have it hooked up. We have it hooked up to our little power box here. Now let's see, will it suck out this heavy fluid? Yuck. right, we've got this back on. We're just gonna tighten up the fill/drain, and we'll go from there. All right, we got our drive shaft back. I wouldn't say it is blueprinted and polished and balanced, but it is way straighter than it was before. One of my neighbors has a press and he put it in there and it looks pretty good to me. So we're going to put this shaft on with no cover, I know, and we're gonna eyeball it and see if there's any vibration or what goes on with that. So that's what we're gonna do next. Let's get this shaft back on and see how we make out. All right, guys, so here's the moment of truth. We've got it all together. We've got the drive shaft on there. Eyeballed it, I put a straight edge on it. It looks pretty good. We've got the covers off, so we are going to go and do a trial run, see what happens, see if we get any vibration. Let's see what happens. So here we go. All right, folks, so that pretty much covers all the maintenance on this new implement that we can't wait to try out. We have gone through all the stuff. I've just got these caster wheels freed up, so we're gonna work on those, take those bolts out, clean them up, and we'll probably take this cover off here. There is some maintenance to do on the clutch. They say you're supposed to loosen it up, spin it, and then retighten it. I don't know if we're gonna do that or not, but we're gonna open it up and take a look at that. But everything else is good. Like I said, we did the gear oils. We got that back down under there. It's leveled off, it's not leaking, so that's great. The drive shaft, if you ask me, looks perfect, as good as it could be. That saved us a whole lot of money trying to replace that particular shaft. We got our new hoses on here. We are ready to do a job with this rake, and I tell you what, I can't wait. It's been years. I've seen these. You get that little jealousy, envy, like when you're going down the road and you see somebody on the trailer with one of these bad boys hooked up. It's like, oh, I want one of those. I know, I'm like a big kid. Anyway, look for some jobs coming up in the very near future. I hope to get a driveway or two. I really like to try this out on a gravel driveway and see what it can do. So thank you guys so much. I hope this video has some kind of informational help to somebody. And like I said, check it out. We're gonna, as soon as we get some jobs, we will definitely get them on video and show you what this thing can do. I'm really excited about it. Peace, everybody.